Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So the video I have for you right now is the Avon blush video that I've been talking about doing, where I tried to find Avon like dupes for high-end blushes, and this was harder than I anticipated it to be. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, it's a good thing because I ended up not having so many dupes in my collection. I thought for sure I would just like pop open these blushes and find dupe after dupe after dupe. So either Avon makes some really unique shades, or I don't have as many high-end blushes as I thought I did. I have a pretty decent selection. It was more difficult than I anticipated, but I did manage to find, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dupes, 10 blushes, and, well, 9 blushes and 1 highlight. So I'm going to do the best I can. I will say that not everything is an exact dupe. Some things are shimmer, more shimmer, less shimmer. Some things are in the same tone, but maybe off a little bit. And I took notes so that I would try to be as precise as I could be. And I'll do the best I can. But like I said, they're not, in most cases, they're not solid, exact on dupes. But pretty close enough that I felt comfortable, letting you guys know. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to try to be as organized as I can be about this. And we all know that I'm not that organized. So, let's see. I'm going to find my Avon I've got all my blushes down here. Classic Aura. So that's the first one. So this is the Avon blush in Classic Aura. And it's just a really nice kind of matte or satin finish. Really wearable blush. And this is the Clinique Cheek Pop in Heather Pop. So that's Heather Pop, and this is Classic Aura. And I'll go ahead and I will swatch them for you guys. I'll do the Avon first. I'll try to make it be as bold of a swatch as I can. So this is the Avon Classic Aura. And then wiping my finger off before I do it. This will be the Clinique Heather Pop. So this is Heather Pop. So not exactly the same, but fairly similar, I think. Looks like in the viewfinder, and it's hard to tell what's in the viewfinder. Looks different because of the light coming in and stuff, but I sat down and I went through all these and compared them back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. In the viewfinder, this one looks like it's coming up a little bit more pinkish, but still, they're quite similar. So that is Avon Classic Aura and Clinique Cheek Pop in Heather Pop. Alrighty. The next one I've got is Avon Cranberry, and I did find two colors that I thought were similar enough to, mention those. So Cranberry, here we go. I need a big desk to sit at while I do these, So this is Cranberry. Oh, this is such a beautiful shade. And I found a MAC blush that I had and a Lorac. So this is Avon Cranberry. Here is MAC Plum Foolery. And the other one was Lorac Crimson. So I'll go ahead and I'll swatch the Avon one first. Let me get rid of these other swatches that I had. This cranberry is so pretty. I just love it. Okay, so the first one here will be the Cranberry. Next, I'll do the MAC Plum Foolery. That's next to it there. And then the third one is the Lorac Crimson. This blush is so pigmented. It came in a set, and I just, you know, it just a little bit goes a long way. So this is the Lorac Crimson. It's definitely more pigmented. I think if I would have went a little bit lighter on the swatch, it would have been pretty similar to the Cranberry. I mean, they're not exact dupes like I said, but they're definitely in the same family. And if I hadn't gone as heavy on the swatch, I think this one, let me try a sheer one next to it. Let's see what comes up. There we go. Sheer that out a little bit more. So there's the Lorac again, next to the Avon Cranberry. Not too different. This Lorac Crimson blush is one that I always like debate whether or not I should keep it or purge it from my collection because it's so deep, you know, and I don't really use it, but then again, it's so pretty at the same time, and so I keep it for now. Okay, next is for Avon Rose Lustre. If I find it. It's gotta be hiding over here. Aha, here we have Rose Lustre. And the dupe that I found for that, or the one that's similar, is a Tarte blush in Memorable. So this is Avon Rose Lustre. And then the Tarte blush is called Memorable, which is right here. Now, Memorable is lighter than the Tarte, or I'm sorry, Memorable by Tarte is lighter than the Rose Lustre, and it's a little bit more shimmery, but they are kind of, you know, similar. So I'll do the Avon swatch first. And then I will do the Tarte Memorable. So let me deepen up this. Okay. So here is the Avon Rose Lustre and Tarte Memorable. Again, not exact dupes, but pretty similar, I think. Now, if I once I get this video on my computer and I start looking at it and all these are crazy and don't match, I ain't showing this video to nobody. And I'll just let you guys know that I screwed it up and didn't do a good job. I spent a good 2 hours though going through all my blushes trying to you know, find some that I thought would match. Okay, this next one, Avon Earthen Rose. Earthen Rose. Here we go. That's Avon Earthen Rose. I found to be quite similar to the NARS Laguna bronzer. Everybody loves Laguna. Let me move my paper out of the way here. Hopefully I won't drop it. This is when editing skills would come in handy. I wouldn't have to fumble around so much. Oh. So here is the NARS Laguna bronzer and the Avon Earthen Rose. Definitely not looking similar in my viewfinder, but I think that Laguna, when it's on the skin, is a little bit different than what it looks like in the pan. Because Laguna is a good shade for me, and I never ever would have thought that to be possible because, you know, it looks so dark. So I'll do the Earthen Rose from Avon first. I'll do it over here. So that's the Earthen Rose right there. Earthen Rose is a really nice blush to use as like a light bronzer. And then I'll swatch Laguna. And so here's Laguna. Laguna is so much lighter. Let me get a little bit more on there. So, not exactly the same. The Earthen Rose is warmer and more orangey, but they're not too terribly far off, I don't think. Not exactly the same, but still, you know, you can definitely substitute a lot of these, you know. Okay, next one, Warm Flush, which is one of the new ones. Warm Honey, Heavenly Pink. Let's see, where's my Warm Flush? Here we go. Warm Flush is my favorite out of all the new ones. It's just so flippin' pretty. I keep looking down, you guys. I apologize for that. It is so pretty. And in a different video, I compared it to Orgasm from NARS, and it's not, you know, too similar. But this is the Warm Flush. It has so much shimmer and sparkle in it. I hope that that's translating into the viewfinder right now. But the two that I found to be similar is Hot Mama from the Balm. So this is Hot Mama. And I'll put that right next to the Warm Flush. And also, another NARS blush was Deep Throat. And Deep Throat is also in this palette. It is this shade here. So I'll go ahead and compare it. Yeah, let's see. There we go. I'm showing you guys my camera. There we go. How about that? A little bit better. So, Deep Throat. A little bit similar. So I'll go ahead and I'll swatch the Avon first. This is one of my favorite blushes, just absolutely, period. I mean, this blush is so gorgeous. Taking out like high-end drugstore, whatever you want to say, this blush, Warm Flush, is so pretty. So that's Warm Flush on its own. And I'll do the Balm's Hot Mama next to it. So there's Hot Mama. They're pretty similar. I apologize for my dry skin. I put lotion on. I've just been spending so much time outside in the sun, and I've been using my sunscreen, but I'm just really dry, and so I'm having to constantly put like lotion and cream and stuff on my arms at night. They get so dry. And then this is the Deep Throat. It's definitely lighter than the other two, but Deep Throat is right here. So that's Deep Throat, Avon Warm Flush, and the Balm's Hot Mama. Love those kind of blushes for this time of year, especially. Fantastic. Oh, you know what it reminds me of? You guys watch Parks and Recreation? Raphael, however you say it. He's always like singing. He sings his words and it cracks me up every time. It just cracks me up. Okay, the next one is Avon Heavenly Pink with NARS Roman Holiday. So Heavenly Pink is right here. It's a really bright Barbie type in your face pink shade. I always have trouble opening it. Haven't worn it yet. You can tell because the brush is still in it. So this is Heavenly Pink and Roman Holiday from NARS. I have in my Virtual Domination palette here. This one is Roman Holiday. Whoops. And there they are side by side. So I'll go ahead and swatch the Heavenly Pink first. This is a matte blush. We can build it up a little bit. It's just that really bright kind of like Barbie doll pink color. And then I'll do the NARS Roman Holiday. You know, I was so gung-ho to buy this NARS Virtual Domination palette at the holiday time last Christmas. And I thought for sure it would sell. It's still on Sephora. It's still. So this is Roman Holiday. And that's Avon Heavenly Pink. Pretty close, huh? Pretty close. Like I said, some of them are closer than others, but you know, that one's pretty close. And Roman Holiday is a pretty popular blush from NARS. So, you know, if you've been looking at it or eyeballing it, just so you know, you can get a Heavenly Pink from Avon. Okay, next one is the Mad About Mauve from Avon with NARS Enthralled. And I'm actually wearing Mad About Mauve today. Let's see, where did it go? Here it is. This is a really pretty one. Today's the first time I wore it. So this is Mad About Mauve. And the NARS is Enthralled. I have to keep looking at my sheet here. Enthralled is this middle shade right there. So there they are together. This makes a really nice contouring blush also. So there's the Mad About Mauve. My arm's getting kind of tacky from the makeup wipe. So that's Mad About Mauve. And then the NARS Enthralled next to it. Oops. I couldn't find my swatch for a second there. I didn't do a good swatch for you guys. So Mad About Mauve and Enthralled. Like I said, I apologize, my arm's getting kind of tacky. Enthralled has some shimmer in it. A little bit of a sheen going on, but still quite similar. I didn't want this video to be super long, because then no one will watch it. Like, right? Oh my gosh, my husband would die if he knew I just did that. He'd be like, what are you thinking? Whew, I'm getting myself Twitter pated, you guys. Okay, the next, I've got two more and then a highlight. So Warm Honey is the next one, and that is one of their new ones. Very, very nice. I like this one a lot, especially as like a shimmery bronzer. It's got quite a bit of gold in it. So this is the Avon Warm Honey. And then also coming out of that Virtual Domination palette from NARS again, I have Enrapture, which is this one here. So there we go. So they don't look exactly the same, but similar. We're working with what we got here. So there we have the Warm Honey. Close that one up. And then I will do the Enrapture next to it. And there's Enrapture next to it. So again, not exactly the same, but not totally far off either. So right there, I've showed you 3 blushes, or blush bronzer, blush contour, that, you know, are actually 4, because this NARS palette has the Laguna bronzer in it also. So this was, I want to say it was $62 for that Virtual Domination, but you could get the Warm Honey, the Mad About Mauve, the Heavenly Pink, and the Earthen Rose, those blushes from Avon, and you would have basically this palette from NARS. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. You know, some people are really into like that whole cost cutting, like finding a dupe and, you know, all that, and I don't know. This is the first one of these kind of videos I've done before, so we'll see. Okay, next one is blah blah blah, Avon Antique Rose. Excuse me, I just burped up some salad. Gross, right? So here's the Antique Rose from Avon and MAC's Stereo Rose. Stereo Rose is fairly new to my collection, and Stereo Rose technically is not a blush. It is a mineralized skin finishing powder, so it definitely has some sheen to it. So we will do the Avon Antique Rose first. I'm trying to come down to where my arm's not as tacky anymore. So that is the Avon Antique Rose there. And let's do the MAC next. Here's the MAC Stereo Rose. So you can see the Stereo Rose has more sheen because it's that mineralized skin finish, but it definitely has that kind of orangey rose look to it, but a lot more sheen. And then the last one is a highlight, and it's actually from the Mark line. So, and it's an older one, but I know a lot of people buy those as they go along and they collect them. I'm starting to get a little bit warm. If you have, remember 2 years ago, the Mark Marrakesh line came out in the summertime. They had the exotic face powder. I'm actually wearing the perfume from that line today. The Mark Exotic Beauty Face Powder. Let me get it open here. Look like that. I still use this here and there. This is pretty much the same as the Mary LouManizer from the Balm. And I'm going to be careful with this because it's loose in the pan. And it spins around. I don't want to dump it. I desperately do not want to dump it. So if you have this Mark powder, you definitely don't need the Mary LouManizer. So I'll go ahead and swatch the Mark. So there's the Mark right there. Both of these are like high shine. And there's the Mary LouManizer. So it's a little bit deeper of a gold, but basically pretty similar. So, okay, you guys, that's it. So I will list all the blushes that I did show in the description bar below and what I feel like they correspond closely with. If I'm way off, please be kind in your comments to me. I did the best I could. Like I said, I thought this video would be a lot easier than what it was. I was really reaching sometimes for some stuff, but I think I did a fairly decent job. So question or comment in the description, not in the description bar, in the comment section below, and I will get back to you guys as soon as I can. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.